Okay, let's start. The strength of a bhava. Now we talked of Prashna Bhava, right? Prashna Bhava is the house from where we are going to reckon the bhavas or the different houses. Like in the chart, in this particular chart, the Prashna Bhava was the ninth house. So the houses are going to be reckoned from this house for the father. So like for example, the father's heart, I will see from 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the father's heart. Okay? And if I had to see the father's legs, then I will see the 9, 10, 11, 12. This is the whole legs of the father. These are the feet of the father. So the various body parts I am going to see from the bhavas seen from the Prashna Bhava. Okay? Now the rules. These are standard rules. They apply both in Prashna as well as horoscopy. The first rule, a bhava associated or aspected by its lord, Jupiter or Mercury, is strong. We have discussed this. Now the association of aspect of benefic planets will cause it to flourish, and the association or aspect of malefic planets will cause it to be destroyed. My question. Am I clearly understood? Right. Jupiter is placed in the 5th house in somebody's chart, natal chart. Is it good for the 5th house or bad for the 5th house? Bad for the 5th house? I mean, that means there is something wrong in what I have written. Now let's go through what I have written. Yeah. The association or aspect of a benefic planet causes a house to flourish, while the association or aspect of a malefic planet will cause it to be destroyed. This is a simple rule. So is Jupiter in the 5th house going to do bad for the 5th house or good for the 5th house?
Good.
According to this rule, it should do good. Jupiter is Amrita, the blessings of God. The Guru is the blessings of God. Wherever the Guru shall sit, that house is purified. Wherever the Guru shall walk, that path is purified. Wherever the Guru shall look, that sight, wherever the sight will fall, purification will occur over there. It is called the Amrita Kalasha, the blessings of the Amrita. The Guru is a great blessing. How can we say that where the Guru sits it is bad and where he aspects it is good? How can you say that? It is wrong to think in these terms about the Guru. Yeah.
What if it's a functional malefic?
We are talking of natural benefics and malefics.
You don't look at functional.
We will talk of functions. We will talk of natural and functional. First thing is natural. Mars, for example, wherever a Mars will sit, it is, let us say for Aries Lagna, Mars is in 7th house. Is Mars good in the 7th house? Mars is a functional benefic for Aries. Is Mars good in the 7th house, I ask? How many of you have seen Mars doing good in the 7th house? For the 7th house. When I was, about 5 years back, I heard a theory around the list that a malefic planet is good where he sits and his aspects are bad. So my question was, so that means if Mars is in the 7th house, it is very good for marriage. He said, no. I said, why? What happened to your theory? Don't buy a theory without testing it. Don't buy any theory without testing it. A guru is a guru. Wherever he is good. If Jupiter is the lord of the 8th house, he will give long life. If Jupiter is the lord of the 5th house, he will give many children. That is what the guru does. He blesses. Yeah.
What about Karaka Bhava Nashto, where the Karaka for children is sitting in the house of children?
Let us try Karaka Bhava Nasha philosophy as is being understood today. Sun is the Karaka of the 1st house. Is Sun good or bad in the 1st house? How many of you have seen the Sun in the 1st house do bad for the 1st house? How many of you have seen that the people with Sun in the 1st house are donkeys and not intelligent? How many such people have you seen who are having Surya in the 1st house and the person is not intelligent? Yeah? Really? Is there any malefic this thing on the Sun?
He's got like 4 planets in the planet with it. He's got Venus, Mercury, Sun, and
Okay.
He's also only 14.
That's okay, but you say that he's not intelligent.
That he's what?
He's not intelligent.
Oh, I didn't hear the word you said.
Okay.
I thought you said
No. Intelligent. He is intelligent, and more intelligent children are difficult to discipline. Very intelligent child, the child must be. Okay, second house. Who is the significator of the second house? And second house has to do with food, wealth. How many charts have you seen where Jupiter is in the second house and the person doesn't have wealth? Or is poverty stricken, is not able to eat good food? Doesn't work. Let's say Mars in third house. Mars has to do with courage. Mars in the third house, is it bad for the house of courage or is it bad for brothers? Bad for brothers? Mars in the third house and the person will not have brothers? You have?
My husband has exalted Mars in the third, and he's very courageous, but his younger brother did die fairly young. So
That's Scorpio Lagna with Mars in the third house, Arudha Lagna going to Pisces, and the third from that is Taurus. So Venus lording the third from the Arudha Lagna causes the death of brothers. That's the dictum.
Say that again.
That was very fast. Okay, I'll do it slowly.
Say that again.
Scorpio Lagna, right, because she said Mars is exalted in the third house. So, is it okay now? Okay. So, it's Scorpio Lagna. She has Mars in the third house. And so, the Arudha Lagna goes to Pisces. Right? Brothers and sisters are seen from the third from Arudha Lagna. Younger brothers and sisters. So, the third from Arudha Lagna is Taurus. If Venus associates with the third from the Arudha Lagna, younger brothers and sisters will die. If with the 11th, elder brothers and sisters will die. That's what's caused it, not Mars. Yes.
But Pisces is an even side. Should we be counting siblings in reverse?
Where is Venus in the chart?
Venus is in the fifth.
Is in the fifth house. In the Arudha Lagna itself, definitely younger siblings will die. Third Lord exalted in first. But there would have been a very nice younger sibling also. Very nice brother. Very nice brother who died.
Very nice.
Very nice brother who would have died. Okay, let's not get into details, but that is it. This is a fact. So you can clearly see that. Why does Venus cause the destruction of brothers? I mean, Gemini says that, Parashara also says that. But why does Venus cause the destruction of brothers?
Venus is the natural enemy of Mars.
Right. Karaka Bhavanasha means he who is inimical to the Karaka will be destroyer of the Bhava. Karaka Bhavan, the destruction of a Bhava occurs if the Karaka is weak. If Mars is going to become weak, then the third house will be destroyed. Planets which are inimical to Mars, the Karaka, will be inimical to the Bhava. A Bhava flourishes if it has the conjunction of the friends of the Karaka. If the enemies of the Karaka are going to hang around that Bhava, that Bhava will get destroyed. That is the real meaning of Karaka Bhavanasha. Now shall we try it? Don't accept it without trying it. Did you understand what I was saying? There is a Bhava or a house, it has a Karaka or a significator. Planets which are inimical to the significator, if they are associated with that house, they will destroy the house. Doesn't it sound more logical? It does. Right, now let's try it. Let us say somebody has Saturn in the third house. Is it good for younger brothers and sisters? No. Why? Saturn is a deadly enemy of Mars. What about Rahu? No. Right. What about elder brothers? Which planet is the significator for elder brothers? Jupiter. Right? And which is the enemy of the Jupiter? Saturn, is it a friend of Jupiter? Neutral. So that is why the dictum says, if Saturn is in the 11th from Arudha Lagna, he will have an elder brother, but who will die after some time. Saturn is neutral to Jupiter, but also causes the debility of Jupiter. So, there will be an elder brother because it is neutral, and because he causes the debility or the destruction of Jupiter, he will die after some time. That is why the dictum was there. See, you got to understand these basics. These are basics of.
Relationship.
No, but it is very important that he has younger
He
sisters.
has two, yeah.
Sisters, not brothers.
Yeah, yeah.
You see?
And he's got an exalted Mars in the third house.
Right. So there will be younger sibling. There will be younger sibling. More sisters will survive, because Venus will not kill sisters. Venus kills brothers. Okay. Okay, we will go into all this Arudhas and all this. I know you are confused, but you have to learn to use Arudhas. So, anyway, let's go back to Prashna. The next point. The presence of the Atma Karaka causes a bhava to gain considerable strength. Why? What is Atma Karaka? The desire of the soul. The Atma's desire. The strength of the Atma, the soul. If the Atma Karaka is in any house, that house is going to be very strong because of the presence of the soul in it. That means no matter what, that house cannot be sacrificed. It is like the Atma Karaka is like the king in a game of chess. You can sacrifice all your pawns, all your bishops, every other piece in the board, but you can't sacrifice the king, because once the king dies, the game is over. So, the Atma Karaka in any house indicates that no matter what, that house has to be protected. That is the most crucial house in the horoscope. Okay? If the Atma Karaka is destroyed in a Prashna, then you know that in due course of time this person is going to go through a lot of hell. Even if all the other indications are positive, the person will be suffering internally a lot. He could even die. Okay. What's the meaning of?
It's not hurting it at all.
Can we just go through the rules before we go through Atma Karaka replacement in Prashna? Please. Okay? Let's go through the rules step by step, otherwise we will be lost. Because Prashna is so broad, if you don't use the rules systematically and you start going in tangents, you will be totally lost. Please, step by step. If you understand one rule, then I will go to the next one. I need your nod to take the next step.
Yes.
Because that is where the Atma is sitting. If that house is destroyed, the Atma will suffer. There will be internal suffering. By worshipping the Ishta Devata. The soul can only be protected by worshipping the Ishta Devata. That is my learning. Somebody else's learning can be different. My learning is very clear in this matter. That the soul has a gati or a direction to God. And that gati is the true protection of the soul. So long as the soul is in that direction, it shall be protected by the one who sits at the goal, at the end of the goal. Let's say for me, my end of my goal or my goal, my ultimate objective is Jagannath Mahaprabhu. So long as I am saying Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, my Atma is going to be protected. My soul will be protected and I will be going in that direction. It is his responsibility to protect me and to take me. Simple. Okay? Ishta Devata is the true protection for a soul. Okay, now next point. Success and failure. We have done some questions on success and failure. Okay, I want to know about timing of events. Timing of the results of the Prashna. Okay. Different planets indicate different times of the fructification of results. Normally the Prashna gives a result within 1 year. Normally, there is a system by which we time things to happen within a year of the Prashna being asked. Are you aware of the time indicated by the various planets? No. Moon, Shana. Shana means the moment, it is happening right now. But in simpler terms, I take it to be 1 hora, 1 hour, within an hour. Okay? Mars, week, within a week it's going to happen.